I'm Brock Jameson, and I'm accompanied by my co-host Nick Poland. Welcome to the More Than a Game podcast. It's our mission to demonstrate how football is more than a game. Beyond the X's and O's, we plan to discuss how the game of football has an effect on our everyday lives. Nick and I have built a friendship on our common love for football, and we want to share our ideas with the rest of the multimedia universe. All right, as you could tell, I don't know if you can see it anymore, but my wife's putting up the Christmas tree right now, so
I saw
that's
that.
do you still see it?
No, I don't see it anymore, but I saw it for a second
It
there.
was when I was sharing my screen, but now it's not. Now it's kind of
Yeah.
honed in on me.
Yeah,
But we're obviously approaching the holiday season, so the most wonderful time of the year.
that's right.
So Nick, what are you
Yep.
doing in Dodge City?
I'm in Dodge City for work right now. I'm currently installing ductwork for Sacred Heart Catholic Church. Yeah, I'm just out here for the week helping out a little
For
bit,
Dodge
but
City?
yeah, for Dodge City. We do some out of town work, so that's where I'm at right now. So I'm in my hotel
Is that the
room.
cathedral?
Um, no, so Sacred Heart is the cathedral. The job's called Sacred Heart, but it's for Our Lady Guadalupe, and they're building a school for it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Is that the cathedral in Dodge City, Our Lady of Guadalupe?
I believe so. I believe it is.
Oh, and you're building a school at the cathedral?
Yeah, pretty cool
Well, I mean,
stuff.
you're putting the ducks together. You're not
Yeah, yeah, I'm putting in the air ducts. That's all. No
like
one's ever
I
gonna
was gonna
see them.
say.
Yeah, it's been a rough week though. I spent my Sunday standing in the cold, not just witnessing our favorite team get eliminated from the playoffs, but our worst fear ever came into
Yeah,
existence.
I mean, you saw the dynasty fly. I mean, I had memories of, Super Bowl 58, Super Bowl 54, all seven of those AFC Championship games just dancing in my mind when Mahomes was laying on the floor injured. Like, hey man, it's over.
It's over.
And I mean, you knew if we would tie it, maybe win the game, but you're like, no way this team's going to make the playoffs. And then, ironically enough, gosh, in my head, I was like, okay, like Gardner Minshew, just don't throw an interception. We'll have Buckard probably make this long kick. And then
Yeah.
it was like, you threw an interception, man.
I don't know.
Eh,
To be honest, it's been such a rough season and it's been stressful to say the least. And when Mahomes went down with that knee, it was so overwhelming. I was actually asking for this game to be over. I was even yelling, like, just put me out of my misery right now. Just do it. I can't take it anymore. So now we can at least relax for the rest of the season. But
That is
yeah,
how I feel. When the game was over, I was like, all right, it's done. Like, we're
it's
not
done.
making it. We don't have to sit here every damn week and look at how much our chances diminish every freaking time. It's like,
Yeah.
we're done. We're not going.
Yep. Now we just got to hope Mahomes is healthy next year. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But
Well,
yeah, it
I mean,
sucks.
Bobby Stroop will get him back into shape.
Yeah. And as unhealthy as it could be, that dude wants to play more than anything. So I bet he's going to try to fight to play week
Yeah,
one.
he's
But
he's a gamer. So,
he's a gamer.
I mean,
But
I was
it
sur- I
just
was surprised
sucks.
he didn't go back in the game. I was like,
Yeah. But it just sucks that it happened with 2 minutes left when you're basically eliminated from the playoffs. And it's like in those last 2 minutes, you lose your star quarterback. Man,
I
bad
don't
timing.
I don't know. They would have kicked a field goal to tie it,
You're right, because
and
Mahomes
and
wouldn't
th-
have thrown that pick.
and they might have scored a touchdown.
They
It was
might
all that
have.
freaking delay of game penalty. That's
Yeah.
what really just screwed it over. It would have
Yeah.
been like it was like a 50-yarder, and it would have been like a long 50-yarder. I mean,
Yeah.
had they had the chance to freaking kick it,
I don't know.
that was so
I will
careless.
say this real quick before we just stop talking about this because it's been a rough 24 hours, 30 hours. Like, man, we just got to get off our chests. I don't want to hear the refs are on the Chiefs' sides ever again from anybody. It's been going on week after week now where they literally screw us. There were some bad missed calls in this game. Some bad missed calls. And the catch by number 9, that set them up for that touchdown. They reviewed it, and the football clearly hits the freaking ground. It was as obvious as daylight, but for some reason it stands. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it. You know that, so
Oh
I'll
yeah,
have to check the highlights.
there was some
Maybe
real
I do,
bad
maybe I
ones.
don't.
There
I
was
am
some real
so
bad ones.
upset that like the Chiefs got that 13-3 lead, played an incredible first half just to piss it away. I mean, it's I'm just so sad. All right,
Yeah.
time for our kickoff.
Yep.
So we're gonna go instead of doing the review booth, guys. Instead of reviewing last week's games, we don't want to dwell on it. We're
Yeah.
actually gonna do a race for the number one overall pick. What that means is we're gonna look at 6 teams that are in contention for the number one draft pick. We're gonna look at their remaining schedule and see who's probably gonna get it. After that, we'll go for our main topic between the hashes. As you guys know, I wasn't able to record last week with Nick, so we're gonna talk about the college football playoff. It still hasn't started, so we're not really late to the party. We can also talk
Nope.
about that spicy Heisman race and, all the controversies that happened after that award was given.
Exactly.
After that, um, we don't we'll review the college football playoff. We'll review all 4 games and we'll give a good analysis on it. Then we'll continue with your best bets and we'll go through the scouting report. I think that'll be it. I don't think there's a more than a game moment. I mean, it was a pretty crazy Sunday. We could bring a few things to the attention for more than a game. So I know what I'm going to talk about.
There you go.
All right, so let's look at this race for the number one overall pick. All right, representing the AFC, we've got the Tennessee Titans, Las Vegas Raiders, and the Cleveland Browns. The Jets have beaten the Cleveland Browns, so we're going to say they're not in contention for the number one overall pick. Now, representing the NFC, we got the New York Giants and the Arizona Cardinals. I guess the Jets can be team number 6. So wow, 4 teams from the AFC, 2 from the NFC. Let's see who gets this. Let's first look at the New York Jets' remaining schedule. They're going to lose every game. It's all about who's going to win one. You can't,
Exactly.
it's the
Oh.
exact opposite.
The Jets
Let's
have
look at
a
the
tough schedule.
Jets got Saints. Oh, Jets might win that one.
Oh, I don't
Are
know.
the
See
Saints, are they out of it? Where'd the Saints go? I didn't say their name, did I? It's the Giants and the Cardinals. Are the Saints got 4 wins, I think.
Yeah, Saints have 4 wins. They beat the Panthers twice, so
Oh, wow. Yeah, Saints are
they,
not getting it.
they're
That's a
not. But
surprise. All right, let's look at Jets have Saints, Patriots, Bills. I think the
they lose
Jets
all
will beat the
3.
Saints. No, I think the Jets will beat the
The,
Saints.
the the Saints just beat Carolina. They're feeling good about themselves. I think they're a little bit better than the Jets.
I guess they've been good with that Shono guy. Shona?
Yeah. They've been
Yeah.
decent.
All right, so the Jets will stay at 3-11, 3-14, we think. Let's look at the Cleveland Browns. Jets have that tiebreaker over the Browns. Myles Garrett, how many sacks he at? 20? Oh my gosh, he's got 21.5. Myles Garrett needs one more sack to tie. Obviously a sack and a half to break the record.
Wow. He's
Come
going to
on,
do it.
let's see it. Let's see it.
Let's see it.
Who's he got? Buffalo Bills, break it with Josh Allen. Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. Well,
The
they're
Bengals
definitely
have a bad O-line.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's his chance, I mean, if he hasn't broken it by then, he'll definitely break it against
Oh,
Cincinnati.
for sure.
I think Cleveland will beat Cincinnati. What Cleveland's defense, if Cleveland's defense can hold Cincinnati, but I think Cleveland's defense can hold Cincinnati to less than 20, but I don't think Cleveland will put any points on the board.
You don't think Shador Sanders is going to have a heyday against that Bengals defense? I do. I could see Sanders putting up like 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm not even lying. Against that defense.
Yeah, you know what? They have been giving up so many points. They gave up like 28 points to Baltimore.
They really have.
All right, so yeah, no, you're right. All right, Cleveland, we'll give Cleveland 1 victory, but that's it. They're not beating Buffalo or Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's up 14-3 now. It makes me sick to my stomach that Miami is still alive and Kansas City is not. What freaking world? I mean, it's because they play on a Monday, but if Pittsburgh beats them, they should be out if Pittsburgh beats them.
They should be, but
I mean, they're basically out, if not technically.
yeah.
Okay, so we got Cleveland's gonna win. It's what's depressing is you know who the next two teams play. So let's look at who Las Vegas plays.
Yeah.
And oh, Vegas has got Giants and the Chiefs. Sadly enough, Vegas will win one of those games. I'm not gonna say which one, but between the Giants and the Chiefs, Vegas will win one of those games.
Yeah.
So that'll give Vegas a third victory. So it's honestly Vegas and Giants for the number one pick if you really think about it. I mean, they're gonna battle for it. I mean, because the Giants have 2 wins,
But the Titans also have 2 wins, so
but I don't know. I think the Titans might beat the Chiefs next Sunday, dude. I'm all on the poop train.
they probably will. They probably will.
They got Saints, Chiefs. Okay, so Titans will win one of those games, right?
Yeah. They're not beating Jacksonville.
Yeah, definitely not. But I'm saying between the Saints and the Chiefs, the Titans will win one of those games.
For sure.
All right. Dude, what about Titans Raiders? What happened? Oh, Raiders beat them. So Titans are looking good for the number 1 overall pick right now.
Yeah, they sure
Let's
are.
see. If they beat the Chiefs, they need New York to beat Vegas. And then if that happens, Vegas would have to beat the Chiefs. Well, Vegas might tank against the Chiefs for the number 1 pick if that happens. Who else has Vegas got? We saw it. Okay. So if Vegas beats the Giants, Nick, then Vegas will show up against the Chiefs on that last game. Because
Yeah,
they'll
no,
they'll
they will.
basically put the Giants in the number 1 overall pick by beating
That's
them.
true. Yeah.
So we basically know who Giants play now. We've seen everyone else's schedule. Giants have Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys. I think the Giants will beat the Vikings, man. Did the Vikings beat the Cowboys last night?
No, they didn't. Yeah, wait. To be
I think
honest,
the
it was
Vikings
such a
won it.
I think so.
I think the Vikings won.
It was such a devastating day. I honestly, I
You
didn't
didn't
watch
care.
Sunday Night Football. But I'm pretty sure I saw the score this morning, and yeah, I believe the Cowboys lost that game.
Yep,
Yep,
Vikings won.
34-26.
I watched a Sunday Night Football game, Vikings Cowboys in 2019. My first ever game in Cowboys Stadium.
Heck yeah.
So it was kind of like a deja vu moment.
Yeah.
Where are we at? We got Giants. I think I just feel like the Giants will beat the Vikings, but then they won't get that number 1 pick that we want them to have.
Yeah.
Well, they will. Here, they'll beat the Vikings. The Raiders will beat them. Then both teams have 3 wins, and then the Giants still have the tiebreaker like we expect.
There
But
you
then
go.
then the Raiders won't beat the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs can win that game because they're gonna want to fight for the number 1 pick.
I don't know. Chiefs
Cardinals.
Raiders. It's just I don't know. It's
Let's
such
see
a
if the
rivalry.
Cardinals. See if the Cardinals could get it. The Cardinals definitely aren't winning any of these games.
No, not at all. They're done.
So, I mean, let's see if the Cardinals have tiebreakers with anyone. Cardinals haven't played any of the teams that are in contention, none of them. So, I don't know if the Cardinals would even hold the tiebreaker. There's one way to figure out. I don't think we can see a mock draft right now. We could see who holds the tiebreaker among all the 3 victory teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because all these 3-win teams in the AFC, the Cardinals are going to only have 3 wins. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the tiebreaker. Not worth dwelling on. Give me, man, we're very optimistic about the Raiders, but dude, they are a bad football team.
They're so bad. Geno Smith is such a bad quarterback this year.
Yeah, I think I think I just got to go with the Raiders, man. I really think so. If I had to pick one to get the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah. That's what my gut's telling me. Yeah.
I mean, it's either Raiders or Titans, if you ask me. There's a pretty
Definitely.
good chance those teams, of the 3 of them that only have 2 victories, which is Raiders, Titans, and Giants, you got to think one of those teams is probably going to stick with 2 victories.
The Raiders have a good chance. I think they do.
You don't know, though. Yeah, I mean,
You don't know, but
well, no, I
yeah.
meant like of all the teams that have 2 victories, I think the Raiders are probably the Raiders are the most likely to still have 2 victories.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. That was a lot more fun than reviewing football games that already happened. All right, between the hashes, okay? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. We have the college football playoff. Where do we start? Let's just cut it one slice of the pie at a time.
Bro, Indiana took the one. They took the one spot away from
They beat
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State.
They beat
Yeah,
Ohio State
they deserve it.
because freaking Fieldings doesn't know how to kick a football.
Yeah. So in this college football playoff, let me share my screen again. Guys, we got Indiana overall number 1. It makes sense. Ohio State is number 2. They don't actually deserve to be number 2, guys, but what
They
nobody's
beat
sharing.
Michigan. They beat Michigan. You gotta give them.
No. What nobody's sharing, I know why Ohio State is number 2, and no one is making this public. Ohio State should have been number 4. Number 4 makes sense for Ohio State because of all the teams that didn't win their conference, I mean, they were the best, okay? Defending national champion. So number 4 makes sense. Give Georgia number 2, give Texas Tech number 3 because they're conference champions. And then the best team that's not a conference champion, let them have number 4. So it makes sense. It makes sense from a theoretical standpoint for Ohio State to have number 4. But, ladies and gentlemen, the committee did not want to put them against Oregon if Oregon won that game because Oregon faced Ohio State in the playoffs last year. And so, my honest opinion is why they put Ohio State at number 2 is so they wouldn't face Oregon. They wanted Oregon and Indiana to meet up in the semifinals. They wanted that opportunity. They didn't want to stack that side of the bracket with 3 Big Ten teams. Because this part of the bracket right here, ladies and gentlemen, if you put Ohio State in there, it's going to have 3 Big Ten teams if Oregon beats James Madison. So I personally think to spread out those Big Ten teams, they put Ohio State at number 2. You picking up what I'm putting down?
No, you're making good points. And now that you bring that up, I think I gotta agree. Like, I understand. I understood why Ohio State was number 1 before they lost to Indiana, but now after that loss, the fact that they're number 2, yeah. I mean, I gotta agree with you. They should be 4.
Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. If you were gonna stay 1 and 2 after the game is played, then why did you even play it? Why did you even play it? If you were both 1 and 2 before it started, and you're still 1 and 2 after the game's over, what was the point of even playing that game?
Yeah, no, I've actually thought the exact same thing. It almost was a pointless game, it kind of seems.
There needs to be a consequence for it, and that consequence would have been Ohio State. I mean, in theory, losing your first round bye, but there was just no one to supersede them, so they didn't even lose their first round bye. They went to number 2, and for the reason I said, they didn't want to stack the Big Ten on that side of the bracket, so they've like, we can get away with putting Ohio State at 2, so we're going to put Ohio State at 2.
Yeah.
Now we got at 5 we have Oregon, 6 we have Ole Miss, 7 we have Texas A&M, at 8 we have Oklahoma, 9 Alabama. Alabama shouldn't be penalized for playing in a championship game. That was the right move, okay? And let's be honest, they're probably better than some of the teams that didn't make it. Number 10 is Miami. Miami won over Notre Dame because they beat them, okay? You can't disagree with the head-to-head. I know a lot of Notre Dame fans are just, for some reason, upset about it. But I mean, if you're not going to respect the head-to-head, then why do we even play the games? That's all I have to say. 11 and 12 were given based on the rules of the committee. The 5 highest ranked conference champions get to go. So the 3 highest ranked were Indiana, Georgia, and Texas Tech. Had the ACC champion just been a ranked team, they would have gotten in. But the ACC champion was the Duke Blue Devils, who upset Virginia. And for that reason, that opened the door to not only Tulane getting in, but that opened the door to James Madison getting in, because in a technical sense, they're the 5th highest ranked conference champion, which raises the eyebrow. Well, Notre Dame is ranked higher than this team. Why are they not allowed? Notre Dame's an FBS independent, which means they are not a conference champion, which means James Madison stole that 5th spot. But the question no one is asking is, what is the tiebreaker to play in the ACC championship, Nick? Because if Miami which was a 10-2 team ranked in the top 10 pretty much the entire season. If Miami's sitting at 10-2 and they don't get to play in the conference championship, which they're obviously the best team, why, if they just had the chance to play in that conference championship, be the fourth highest ranked conference champion, then Notre Dame gets that last spot. Boom, we're good to go. But because Miami didn't get to play in the AFC Championship, the Duke Blue Devils ruined it, and now James Madison just gets this spot. Like, it just falls in their lap for no particular reason. Okay? The James Madison Dukes, wonderful football team. I know Kurt Signetti used to coach there before he went to Indiana. And they're a wonderful football team, but I have to say that Notre Dame's better than them. I just do.
Notre Dame's definitely better than them, without a doubt.
I don't think James Madison deserves to be in the college football playoff. It's just the way it was written, and why doesn't why doesn't Miami have the chance to play in the ACC championship? Like, they're clearly the best team in the ACC. Clearly the
They
best team.
definitely are. They're definitely the best team.
So if they would have just played in that game and won it, they would have taken the right spot as the conference champion. Then Notre Dame would have got in.
Facts. Absolute
so
facts.
That's what no one is saying. Like, people are upset Notre Dame got left out, but it was on a stupid technicality. Okay? Like, it's not like the College Football Committee excluded them. It was the ACC, in all honesty, that kind of ruined them. The conference they're allegedly a part of. What's so funny?
Nothing. You're just speaking absolute facts. It's actually ridiculous. You're right. The ACC absolutely ruined this.
They ruined
wild.
it for Notre Dame. No, I mean, not for anybody else.
Ruined it.
They ruined it for Notre Dame. They basically gave a Christmas miracle to James Madison.
Yeah, not for Notre Dame. No.
They were Krampus. They were Krampus for Notre Dame. I'm looking up the tiebreakers right now just to see what it is. So first up, it's head-to-head results, common opponent win percentages, combined opponent win percentages. After that, it's a sports source analytics ranking. Random draw is the last resort. I mean, it wouldn't come down to that. But first up is head-to-head. Second up is common opponent victories against common opponents. But since the conference is so big, you can't have head-to-head. I mean, head-to-head's not going to break it up.
No, you can't do that.
With how big these conferences
unfair.
are, I mean, the head-to-head's not going to distinguish any of them. Let's take a look at the ACC standings. Yeah. Let me share my screen again. So, look. Miami was number 3, okay? So there's a big knot of teams that finished 6-2. But who got to go out of all the teams that finished 6-2? The team at the bottom of the list. The team at the bottom of the list got to go to the game. How is it that the team at the bottom of the list wins this tiebreaker for them to go?
That's not right. That's just not right.
Yeah. I'm not going to figure it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look up how did Duke win the tiebreaker, and ChatGPT might know the answer for me. Okay, here it is. The Google AI overview. Duke won the 2025 ACC Championship spot through a complex 5-way tiebreaker after finishing 6-2 in the conference play, primarily because their conference opponents had a slightly better win percentage, beating out Miami, SMU, Pitt, and Georgia Tech. Despite Duke having 5 losses and not beating most of the other tied teams, which sparked controversy over the league's flawed tiebreaker rules. Okay, so those 5 teams were 6-2. Head-to-head results and common opponents could not resolve the 5-way tie. So, of your 8 conference opponents, Nick, each of the 5 teams played 8 ACC teams, right?
Correct.
They had to look at of those 5, you need to look at the 8 you played, whichever one had the best strength of schedule, which means the best winning percentage of the teams you played. That was the deciding factor. So each of those 5 teams have 8 teams that they played, and Duke's 8 teams were basically the best 8 teams, is the way to look at it.
Hearing that, I actually think that's fair, because like you said, the ACC is so big. That's probably the way to go about it.
I mean, that's what happened in nearly every conference, because these conferences are so big, you can't find a team to win the tiebreaker. So all I'm saying is that happened in the SEC too. Alabama won on strength of schedule. Alabama got to play because of strength of schedule. So it happened there too. It just so happened that in the Big Ten, Ohio State and Indiana were both undefeated. So it made it very clear who was playing in that game. And then in the Big 12, who was in it? Oh, those were the only two teams with one loss in the Big 12, Texas Tech and BYU. So those were the only two teams. So it was only in the ACC and SEC where this happened, but still, I mean, it's going to happen in other years in these other conferences. You can't determine a winner on head-to-head or common opponents because no one has
No.
any common opponents, and they probably didn't play each other because it's so big. So you're going to have
Yep.
to do this strength of schedule thing where you look at the conference schedule and whoever had the most impressive schedule as a whole. Yeah.
It's the way to go about it with how big it is.
It's
Because what are you gonna do? What's better than that? College football is so short. There's honestly no better way to go about it.
and it's how Notre Dame got screwed. And the thing is, I mean, no pity party for Notre Dame. Join a conference, okay? There's one argument. There's one argument for why Notre Dame shouldn't join. Like, college football is conforming to the NFL, and it's becoming the minor league for the NFL. And Notre Dame maintaining their independence is like the one sacred thing remaining within the sport. It's the anomaly. And that's the only argument, but well, you can be sacred all you want. You could be that anomaly. You can be set apart in the fact that you're not elected to go to the college football playoff because you didn't get to go to the, take this. Take this. If Miami was your one conference loss in the ACC, you would have gone to the ACC championship game because they have to because they lost to Texas A&M. That's an out of conference game.
Yeah.
If Miami was one of your SEC opponents and you would have beat all your other SEC teams like you say you were the best team for the last 10 weeks of the season, then you would have went to the ACC championship. You probably would have beat Virginia. I mean,
Without a doubt. Without a
I'm
doubt.
I'm at the spot where Notre Dame should join a conference. I mean, it's just you can keep your rivalries with Stanford and with USC. You can keep your rivalries with Army and Navy because they schedule these service games every year. Keep those, but you got to play 8 ACC games. Like you just have to. Um, and maybe play some crappy ACC teams because you're going to be playing like some good Stanford USC teams. But I mean, those teams aren't quite powerhouses anymore like they used to be. So, yeah, I mean, Notre Dame, just join the ACC for crying out loud. Make it easy on everybody.
Is it? You think that would ever happen though? Like honestly, I
After
want to
this,
say
after this, I mean, you what? Like you have to. I mean,
yeah.
after what happened to him this year, like it's quite obvious. And they
Yeah.
now have this very special cause where if they're ranked in the top 12 before the last week, they automatically get to go because they don't play a conference championship game. Since they don't play a conference championship game, if they're ranked in the top 12 the last week of the season, they automatically get to go. But you know what the committee's going to do? They're just not going to put you in there if they
Nope.
don't think you deserve to be there. Another place where it backfired is Notre Dame was ranked higher than Miami the entire season, okay? Because Miami lost those 2 games back to back and they fell really far. Notre Dame just kept winning and they obviously superseded them. And the committee never realized, wow, this is going to come back to bite us in the butt. Because they just thought, oh, they'll both make it. Miami will sneak in and Notre Dame's in there. And then you started to think, oh, no, no. I mean, all these other teams are going to get these at large bids. We're going to have to pick between Miami and Notre Dame. Then it was like Notre Dame says, oh, wow, you really tell us after being ranked higher than them the entire season that you're going to leave us out in the cold? Yeah, we are going to tell you that because they freaking beat you. And we were never comparing you two right next to each other. But now that we have to compare the two of you right next to each other for this last spot, they beat you, so they get to go. And like I said, Notre Dame complains that we were ranked higher than them. It doesn't matter. They beat you. Like that was a mistake on their side and you all knew it was a mistake, but at the end of the day they beat you head to head, so they're going to get that last spot over you. But what shouldn't be happening is being upset that Miami jumped Notre Dame. What Notre Dame should be upset about is the argument I brought up, which is why wasn't Miami in the ACC championship to get
Uh,
that fourth conference champion spot? There's Notre Dame's There's where Notre Dame's spot was stolen. James Madison stole their spot. Duke stole Notre Dame's spot. Like
Yeah.
if we're being honest.
Duke of all teams, yeah.
Because if Virginia won, Virginia would be like the 15th ranked team, and you'd be like, all right. I mean,
Yeah.
you can make sense of that. But after Duke winning and James Madison getting in, it's just like, wow. You thought the 5 highest conference champions, you'd think that an ACC team would be in there. When they wrote the rules, the 5 highest ranked conference champions, what they were anticipating is SEC, Big 10, Big 12, ACC, and whatever 5th conference champion Tulane will get in. Okay? And that's us respecting the Cinderellas. Okay? They never thought that, like, oh wow, 7-5 Duke is going to win the ACC, and then now James Madison's getting in too and stealing a spot from a team who deserves to be in. And they never thought that. It's like hindsight's 2020, and there's amendments to the Constitution for this reason. There's going to be amendments to the college football playoff for this exact same reason. All right, Army Navy game. I believe Navy won that game.
Yeah, Navy won 17-16.
Yep, Navy won. I think Navy came back. Army had it for a long time. I
Yeah.
think Amy, the Commander's Cup. I think Navy got it back with this victory. Am I sharing my screen?
No, you're not.
Okay, let me take a look. I mean, that's the only college football game that happens, so.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a classic.
I think they scored on 4th and goal. Oh, with 6 minutes left, so it wasn't like the end of the game. There's no storyline for it.
It was fairly low scoring. It was a game of field goals, so yeah, it looks like they both had a touchdown. First, second quarter, then it was just field goals until that last touchdown at the end.
Navy's playing Cincinnati in the Liberty Bowl.
That could be pretty good.
President Donald Trump was there.
He was. The horrible coin flip. Oh, it was so bad. I mean, come on. What was that?
You watched the game, Nick?
I watched some of it.
I was
It
running
wasn't.
a marathon, so.
You were? Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't say who won. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I think Navy got it back. I think Army had won it the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah, Navy got it this time.
All right. Let's go to the Heisman Trophy race. Candidates Fernando Mendoza, Diego Pavia, Julian Love, and is it Julius Sayin for Ohio State? Can't remember that quarterback's name. Redshirt freshman.
Julian Sane.
Julian Sayin. All right.
Yeah.
So those 4, I mean, he didn't win. It was mainly between Diego Pavia and Fernando Mendoza. Diego
Yeah.
Pavia is the feel-good story, but Fernando Mendoza was the best player on the best team, and they were like unarguably the best team. The only team to finish undefeated with a conference championship was Indiana, and he's the best player. And when that happens, I mean, you win the award. It's just how it works.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So, if there was no serious best team, I think Diego Pavia would have had a chance to win that award. He's obviously the feel-good story for the trophy, but and he and Johnny Manziel are really close, and like he would have been the next like underdog story of winning the Heisman. But like I said, Mendoza had probably a more impressive season, and he was a member of a more impressive team. So, I mean, Mendoza won it.
Even though they only scored 13 points, I mean, that Ohio State win had to play a big part in it. Like, do you think he wins that Heisman if they lose that game?
Probably not.
Probably not, yeah.
Probably Julian Sayin probably would have been up higher for it had Ohio State won the game. I mean, it just would have been one of those things.
Yeah.
And I think since Notre Dame didn't make it to the playoffs, Jeremiah Love was taken back. Yeah, I think if Vanderbilt happened to make the college football playoff, Diego Pavia would have won that award, undoubtedly.
For sure. Oh,
I mean,
it wouldn't even be in question.
Yeah, Vanderbilt didn't make it though. That loss to Texas killed him. Oh man. So, but something very controversial, Diego Pavia puts in the club on his Instagram story shortly after the ceremony. He says profanity, and then he says profanity blank the voters. Blank the voters is what he was saying. And it sparks controversy all over the media about whether or not this was appropriate for him. And it's obviously not appropriate. And The fact that you responded in that way when you didn't win the award shows that you didn't deserve to win it anyways.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. The right man won the award.
you wanted the publicity and you wanted the glory that came with it. Fernando Mendoza deserves it. He wants to keep the Heisman Trophy in Indiana, in Bloomington. He wants it to be there because that's the school. That's where you worked hard to become the best player. It's the program that built you, and you want that award to stay there with them. That's where it's going to get the most eye candy, right? If it's in my trophy case, I mean, you're not going to have as many people over as people that would visit that stadium.
No, not at all.
I mean, that's all I have to share. Oh, I guess we got to cover the games now. So first up, we got Oregon, James Madison. Who you got, Nick?
Oregon, James Madison. I'm gonna take Oregon. I mean, I think that's the obvious pick.
Yeah,
Oregon.
Nick, it's
Yeah,
obvious.
it's obvious. So it's yeah. I mean, I would love the upset, but I don't see it happening. There's just no way.
Yeah. Nope. I mean, 88% Oregon, 11% James Madison. So, yeah, I got to go. I got to go Oregon. But the best matchup is Miami, Texas A&M. That's a good one. Let's take a look at that one.
I really don't know with that one. My gut's telling me Texas and A&M is gonna win it, but like I don't know, I wouldn't be so sure.
I got to go. I don't know. Miami has a pretty good defense.
That's true. It's Miami could win this game. Yeah.
I think Notre Dame should have beat Texas A&M, but they didn't. This is like the two teams that beat Notre Dame. This is the Notre Dame Bowl, quite literally. And no one's really thought of that, but yeah, this is basically the Notre Dame Bowl right here. That's why it's hard to pick who wins because they both beat Notre Dame by a field goal or less. I like Carson Beck. I like Malachi Toney. I just got to go with Miami. I just like them more. I mean, it's a coin flip this game if you ask me, but I like Miami more. So
It's I know Texas A&M is favored to win, but yeah, the more I think about this, Miami could very well win this game.
next up we got Tulane, Ole Miss without Lane Kiffin.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is still too good. I mean, Ole Miss beat the crap out of them at the start of the season.
Yeah. They're probably gonna do it again if you ask me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
football, it's like, I mean, in football, if you beat the crap out of someone once, you're going to beat the crap out of them a second time, more than likely.
Yeah.
Unless it's the NFL. I mean,
Yeah, in college that tends to happen.
but in college, like if you beat the crap out of someone once, you're probably going to beat the crap out of them again.
Yeah.
But big game here, Oklahoma, Alabama. I got to go Oklahoma.
Ooh. Yep, Sooners. That's what I was gonna say too.
Alabama played so horribly against Georgia. They have the fact that they've been playing, that's an advantage for them. I mean, it's like the only advantage. But yeah, I just think I like Oklahoma more as a team. I think Oklahoma has a little bit stronger of a strength of schedule. Oklahoma beat Alabama, which is the reason they're in the playoff is by beating this team. So I think they beat them. Well, I don't know if they will beat them again. I mean, it was pretty close. It happened. Yeah, I just believe in Oklahoma. After what Alabama did, I just believe in Oklahoma.
Yeah. I agree. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be as close as last time. John Mateer,
It'll be a 3-point game, less than
John
20
Mateer will
points.
do enough. I don't know. I'm
3
looking at a 7-point game. I think the Sooners win by 7.
Well, I think it's gonna be like 17-16, something like that.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking
mean,
like 2013, 2014, something like that. Yeah. It's not going to be
it's gonna be
super.
less than 20 points for sure.
Yeah.
All right, it's time for your best bets. Spread bet, Nick.
Spread. Okay, so I have the Denver Broncos covering the spread. They are 3-point favorites against the Jacksonville Jaguars. They just proved they're too good. I didn't want to admit it, but after they beat the Packers, they're probably gonna go to the Super Bowl. Broncos will cover that.
Pittsburgh's up 28-3 on Miami, dude. Dude, we got Rams Seahawks. I have to go with to cover the spread. Damn. I was gonna say Tennessee Titans, but it's a 4-point spread. Give me Jacksonville to beat Denver, so I think Jacksonville's gonna cover the
Really?
spread. Yeah.
Really? Okay, so
Come
I
on,
picked
dude.
Denver to cover it.
Denver's not gonna win. Denver's not going to win every other game. And this is
But
pretty
they
much
have been.
this
That's
is
the
pretty much
problem. We've been saying that for months now. They haven't lost a game since like September.
they're
And then
doing what the
beating the
Chiefs did
Packers.
last year. They're just finishing games the right way. They're making the plays that you need to win it. I
They
mean,
they
I
beat
agree that's what
they
they're doing.
they beat the Packers fair and squarely though. That was their prove it game and they did it. I hate to say it, but the Broncos are the best team in the AFC right now.
I think Buffalo's better, but I mean, I've got them for the Super Bowl, so yeah, we got Jacksonville cover. I think Jacksonville beats them. So total.
I have the New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens under 47 points. I just don't think a lot of points are going to be scored here. The Patriots defense is too good for Lamar Jackson to score a bunch of points, and same goes, but it's just I don't see the Patriots scoring a lot of points either. They kind of always just do enough. It's going to be like 23-17 in my opinion. So I'll go under.
Give me Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee Titans. I'm going to go under 37
Yeah.
points. Under 37 points.
Yeah, probably by a lot. Yeah, if you're a sport bettor, you bet on that.
All right, now we got a player prop. Jets Saints, man. Jets Saints are playing each other.
Yeah.
Who plays on Thursday? Eagles Command. No, it's Rams Seahawks.
Rams Seahawks, that's such a good game. Here's one. I think I'm going to go with this one. Matthew Stafford. My player prop is he throws 2 interceptions against the Seahawks defense.
Give me Baker Mayfield under 228 passing yards.
Yeah, probably. Who are they playing?
Carolina.
Which
brings us to our scouting report. First one we will talk about is Thursday night, of course. We're going to start with the Rams Seahawks, our little AFC or NFC West feud we got going on here. Dude, you know the Rams are going to win the game. You know the Rams are going to win.
No, they're not. So the Rams beat them in a very close game first time around. They beat them by what was it, like 2 points. Yeah, that's not going to be the case this time around. This one's in Seattle. It's a short week, and I just think the Seahawks are better. I'm going to take the Seahawks this time around.
Well, they got lucky. Go ahead.
Lucky? Wait, who got lucky?
No, they did the bull crap that we talk about, where you get the ball with less than a minute, you go down there and kick a field goal to win the game.
Yeah.
They did that crap. We had a whole podcast on it, and they did it.
Yep. They did it.
We're probably just jealous that the Chiefs can't do it. Okay, for me though, the Rams got the monkey off their back. They finally beat Detroit. That was like their big brother because Detroit always beat them. So Matthew Stafford gets his revenge at Ford Field, or maybe it was a SoFi. I don't remember. But the Rams got that monkey off their back. The Rams are ready to go to the Super Bowl. They're leading the number 1 seed, and like I said, if they win this game, they're getting the number 1 seed. So give me Rams, and it'll be high scoring. Give me Rams
for sure.
37-24 Rams.
I don't know. My final score. We've said it ourselves. The best football score there is 31-28 Seahawks. Yeah.
All right, Packers Bears. Basically the battle for the NFC North.
Yeah.
I gotta say, like, I think Chicago's gonna win this game. We knew. I mean, I think they're the number 1. No, they're not the number 1. They're number 2 now.
They are.
And I mean, it's because Green Bay lost. If Green Bay would have beat Denver, they'd still be leading the NFC North. But since Green Bay lost, they gave the lead back to the Bears. And, you know, when 2 teams face each other so quickly in a division, especially when they're both good, like they're going to split. So I think the Chicago Bears will win this game 27-21.
Wow. Very close to the game a few weeks ago. That was 28-21. But yeah, no, I agree. They're going to split, and these 2 teams, their stadiums, the home field advantage does matter with these stadiums. Lambeau Field is an advantage. Soldier Field, people forget because the Bears just haven't been good for a decade.
It's windy, dude. It's windy.
It's so windy. It's the Windy City. Yeah, people forget. Chicago Soldier Field is a tough place to play, and now that the Bears are good again, yeah, I will take the Bears 26-20.
Let's go Jacksonville Jaguars, Denver Broncos. A battle for seeding. Jacksonville can make it interesting by beating Denver and shaking up how the seeding goes in the AFC, because these are two divisional leaders.
Yeah, Denver's winning this game. It is, I believe it's in Denver, and yeah, it is. Denver hasn't lost a game in Mile High all year. They're just too good. They're way too good.
What happens to the AFC South if Jacksonville loses and Houston wins? Houston's playing Vegas, so I mean Houston will probably win. You're saying I wonder what happens in the South if because they split their head to head.
Yeah, it would be division record.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, it could get interesting.
AFC South. The division record is no, I'm looking at the wrong one, idiot. Division record is 4-3 for Houston. It's 4-2 for Jacksonville. No, my bad.
Ooh.
My bad. It's 3-1 for Jacksonville, 4-1 for Houston. That's the divisional record. So Jacksonville must have 2 games at the end. Yeah, they have to. Their
They
last two
have to.
games, and then Houston just has Indianapolis. Is that who Houston has? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't care.
Jacksonville has Indianapolis and Tennessee for their last 2 games, which they're probably going to win both of
So
those.
Houston must just have Indianapolis.
Houston has the Chargers, which is not division. So
And
it's
then
just Indianapolis. Yeah.
and then Indianapolis, right?
Yep. Indianapolis. That's their final South game. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean,
Wow. It could really go
it would
down to
literally
them.
it would yeah, I mean, it'd have to go down to the last week. If Jacksonville loses this game and Houston wins, they're going to have to wait to see like they might have the same they might have the same divisional record. That
They
might
might
be
have to go to conference record at that point. Yeah.
and they're both 7-2 right now.
And then what's after that? What is after conference record?
No. Denver will lose. Jacksonville will lose to Denver, so Jacksonville will go 7-3. And he so I mean Houston will basically
Wow.
be in first place if
Yeah.
if Jacksonville loses on Sunday. What a
Yeah.
story for Houston.
Yeah, they started 0-3.
But I think Jacksonville's gonna win. I think it's gonna be high scoring. Give me
Really?
31-27. Give me 31-27.
Wow.
Two teams
You
who just
are.
who Two teams who just keep winning. What? I mean, they both
Yeah.
just keep winning somehow, some way.
That's true. That's true. You're giving Jacksonville their flowers. Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you're giving Denver their flowers. I'm giving Jacksonville their flowers. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
how we feel about it.
Yeah.
A big one for two teams to stay alive. A big one for these two teams to stay alive would be Pittsburgh Steelers, Detroit Lions.
Yeah. I feel like most people think Detroit's going to win this game. I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh, I don't know. I love Ford Field, so I think Detroit will win it, but Pittsburgh's going to fight for it. I mean, they need to win the AFC North. They got to keep winning. Unless if Baltimore loses to New England, they're okay. So,
Yeah, but I don't know.
man,
Pittsburgh.
that game got flexed.
Yeah.
It was Dolphins, Bengals. It got
Bengals.
flexed.
Yeah.
Patriots, Ravens. Now that'll be a good one because I mean, Baltimore needs this game. So does New England to stay. I mean, if New England loses this, Buffalo starts to creep in for that AFC East crown. So that's a good Sunday night football game. We'll get to it. Steelers, Lions. I just think, like, I keep dogging on Pittsburgh, but here they are beating Miami. You know, they beat Baltimore. Like, they're clearly a good team. They're probably better than the Chiefs. Who knows? How much it pains me to say, but I just think Detroit at Ford Field probably wouldn't lose after losing to the Rams. It's a get right game for Detroit. If they lose this, they're done. So I think Detroit wins.
I don't know. The thing is, the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is quietly playing better than he has for quite a few seasons now. He's had some really good games, and the Lions' defense isn't very good. They've allowed a lot of points to opposing offenses, so it's going to be very high scoring. I'm going to take the Steelers in the upset, 33-31.
All right. I think we've covered 4 games. 1, 2. Oh, we got to go Bucks Panthers, the battle for the NFC South. These two
Yeah,
teams play each other twice in 3. It's literally like the NFC East Championship. Or sorry, the
yeah,
NFC South Championship. Bucks Panthers. Bucks are sliding guys, and Panthers are not sliding. This game's in Charlotte. Give me Carolina to win this one. Tampa might win the last one of the season, but give me Carolina to win this game.
yeah. Carolina's just so.
29-28.
That's the thing about Carolina. They're 7-7 for a reason because they win one week, they lose the next week. Win one week, lose. That's what they've been doing all year. They will have a super impressive win, like, I don't know, beat the Rams. But then they go and they lose to the Saints. But guess what? They lost last week, so they're going to win again, and they will win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Carolina lost
Yeah, they
to the
lost to the
Saints.
New Orleans Saints. Yep.
Saints.
The Saints swept them this year. I'm telling you, the Panthers, they're good one week and they will lose the next week. They've been doing it all year. But
Yeah.
yeah, they'll win. They'll win this time around.
All right. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've done 5 games. Let's go Niners Colts Monday Night Football. I think it's at Lucas Oil Stadium, Indianapolis. Phillip Rivers. Niners are real with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's playing some good football. I mean, Indianapolis will make it interesting, but I think the 49ers win it. Just give me 20-17.
Yeah. I want the Colts to win because I love the Phillip Rivers story, but unfortunately, these are predictions, and I just think the 49ers are better. I'm going to say 23-17. Yeah.
All right. And that brings us to our more than a game moment. And the only thing I really want to share is that everyone knows Phillip Rivers came out of retirement at the age of 44, and he was a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame, but he had to restart his election process for the Hall of Fame by choosing to come back to play for the Indianapolis Colts. And it was a big question of discussion about how this would affect his legacy, by deciding to come back and maybe like tarnishing your career. But, the great more than a game moment is that once again, I mean, Philip just loves the game so much. He wants the chance to be back in it, and he didn't care about his legacy. He didn't care about the Hall of Fame election. He just loves the game and wants to be back in it.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. You just have to give props, especially with that 5. Who doesn't want that gold jacket? And yeah, because, like, do you see Rivers staying more than after this season? He's coming back to play the end of the
No.
season, and that's it. That's it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
loves
it's
this.
just he just was willing to do that for that team. I mean, it's just neat. But yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
start you gotta start the Hall of Fame election process over again by choosing to play. And the fact that he didn't care about it just shows that he deserves it all the more because, he just wants to be out there and competing.
absolutely. You got to love it.
All right, what are we going to talk about next week?
Should we start talking about wild cards?
I think we can just do our breakdown of the playoff picture. And
Yeah.
we're just going to break down every scenario, who's going where. And then obviously the last week of the season, it'll be very clear cut and dry. Like this happens, but like next week is where you can really start to like play around with it and, see who's going where.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right. And we can make our prediction on how the playoff picture will go.
Yeah.
Just
Let's do it.
because, I mean, not just sharing what's going to happen, but what we think is going to happen. It's
Yeah.
more exciting that
Yeah.
way.
It is.
All
It
right.
is.
And that's one of the many ways that football is more
More
than a game.
than a game.
I'm Brock Jameson, and this is my co-host Nick Poland. Tune in next week as we start to break down the playoff picture in both the AFC and NFC. We give our predictions for what we think those final 14 teams will be. We will see you next Wednesday, and we like to wish you good luck this weekend, cheering on your favorite teams Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.